The art world became aware of Ernesto Neto about 20 years ago, of this artist who made mostly hanging sculptures, which at the same time seem monumental and surprisingly light. These works are created almost as if as with a magic wand, where other artists claim numbers of trucks. He sends relatively modest FedEx packages around from Brazil out into the world. He makes instructions on how to fill the tube-like fabrics of tulle, nylon, or crochet netting in place with fragrant spices, for example, or with beans or styropor. There's this stunning installation he did, 2006, at no less a place than the Panthéon in Paris. Yes, where the Foucault's pendulum swings from the ceiling. And then many here in this room will remember the occupation of Zurich's main train station by Ernesto. Not this. That's it. Yeah. Where he conjured up a counterworld in his hectic transitory place of passage, a wonderfully calm, warm, giant structure with a radiant, warm core. So many of you will have heard of Elevation 1049 in Gstaad, a 3-day outdoor performance program initiated by Maja Hoffmann and her Luma Foundation. Between the 3rd and the 5th of February, it's happening again. And what Ernesto does there, you will just hear in a second. He will present here it now and after in conversation with Maja Hoffmann. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Cristina, for the invitation and everyone. You know, I would like to invite everyone to stand up for us to sing a little bit, you know, and have some relax a bit. Move our body, which is very good, you know, and let's go everyone together. One. So, what we eat, what we eat, what we eat, what we eat. Hoppy, 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 hop. What we eat, hoppy, 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 hop. Earthy, earth, earthy, earth. Eating earth, eating earth. Eating hope. Eating hope. Eating hope. Eating hope. Eating hope. What we eat, what we eat. Hope we eat, hope we eat. Earthy earth, earthy earth. Mother Earth, Mother Earth. So that's it, my friends. It's good to warm up, to be a little bit, get together, to get more close to each other. When we chant together, we get closer. We exchange our energy, and we ritualize a little bit our life. And as we are talking about hope in a situation that is very difficult to have hope in the planet that we are living. If we think about 100 or 150 years ago, there was a lot of hope. Modernism changed the society. Then there was some wars, and now we are here in this situation. Cold War, we passed through Cold War, and now we are in this situation that we know that we are eating our lovely planet Earth, and we don't know how to get out of that, because our society is based on the consuming. We consume all the time, and through the consume, we move the economy, and then it's spread out very unequally, very much unequally. So a lot of people are consuming much more the earth than other people. There is a lot of hunger, a lot of poverty, and a lot of big wars coming up. These wars is creating some problems that somebody yesterday told me that in England there is this other little chant. Eat, heat or eat, heat or eat, eat or heat. So there is this kind of really big situation, and then there is the idea of sustainability that is already something change in our spirit, in our dance spirit. But the habits that we have, we need to begin to change our habits. Perhaps we can learn with some people who have different habits than the habits that we need to survive with these habits. And for example, this question of what we eat, meat we eat. We eat meat. How much meat we eat? We eat meat every day, twice a week, 3 times a week, twice a day. Because I don't know if you know, but meat is consuming very much the water of the planet, the environment of the planet. It's really a heavy stuff, so heavy that there is a movie named Cowspiracy that shows that even some ecological ONGs, they don't talk very much about that because the power of the meat production is so big that avoid them to do that. Milk is the same situation, and I know that we are here in a place that produces milk a lot. It's very important on the diet, on the living here in the mountains, and I understand that meat is very important. You cannot plant so much here, so meat is very important. But other places, meat are not so important for eating. So if you begin to change our eating, it's going to be very good for us. And when we talk about eating, we talk about how many clothes we buy a day, how many cars we buy, and these kind of things, all the situation that we are eating. Long time ago, I was a guy who eat a lot of meat and make a lot of barbecues, and since, I don't know, 7, 8 years, I begin to stop eating meat. I don't eat meat today. I don't need to eat meat. I eat fish, and I eat vegetables and a lot of things. So it's something, the habit is something that we can change our habit if you want. But it's not something, in my understanding, it's not something that we need to say, from now on, I'm never going to eat this or that, or I'm never going to do this or that, We got to do things little by little, be gentle to our body, be kindness to our body, as we can be kindness to earth, to the environment. And this thing that we did today, or what we did yesterday, that we had this proposal from Claudia to have this meditation, that we had this kind of connection to the earth. So ritualization, when we ritualize our life, yesterday we were going to the restaurant, and we were inside of the little bus going to the restaurant, and then we were talking that be together on this bus, going to the restaurant, is already a ritual. We prepare ourselves, we dress up, we get in the bus, and we go to the restaurant. If we have the conscience that what we are doing, or bring a chant, we are going to the restaurant, many people we're gonna meet, some food we're gonna eat, let's go all together, let's have a good time, please God help us, please God protect us, help us to have good words, help us to have good emotion, whatever. This kind of connection that we can have daily in our life, is what it's pray, pray, 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, it's going to be 10 years in August, I came here. I had been invited by Hans to come here to E.A.T, Engadin Art Talk, to talk about something. I don't know what I talk in that time, you know. But in that moment, I came here. It was some weeks after I went to the Amazon forest to meet the people, the Hunikuin people, indigenous people, that a friend of mine said to me, you need to meet the shamans, you need to meet the shamans. Come with me to meet the shamans. I went there to meet the shamans. I don't know even what, I never, she sent 2 links for me. I didn't even look the link. I just went there. I saw in the map, oh, here, middle of Amazon. Airplane, arrived there, small city, take a boat, and I meet them. And since then, I have done few works, many, I think for 5 years, I had been swallowed by the boa, by the forest, by this spirit, by this transcendence, by this shamanism, by this strong force that, as I had been saying many times, can help very much us on this moment, difficult moment that we are living now. But and then I was in Gestad, like 2 months ago, I went to Gestad because I'm doing this project that Bice just said, Elevation, 1049, invited by Neville Wakefield and Olympia, and sponsored by Maja, who is going to talk a little bit also, and Luma Foundation. And I was there. No, this was, but I'm going to talk about that. Because this one from Gestad was last week, you know. This one, I'm going to talk something that I think is important. When I was there in Gestad, now, you know, since 5 years, I play in a drum like samba. My wife play big drum, boom, 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 boom. I play agogo, pipi pop, pipi pop, pipi pop, pipi pop. And at the beginning of this year, the beginning of last year, I begin to play big drum too. You know? But one of the exercises that one of our teachers give to us is something very simple that is like, bread in Portuguese is pão, okay? Pão, 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 pão. But then you think it's just that, but it's not just that, you know, you need to do something else. And please, someone, I don't know when I begin to talk here, when we bump to 10 minutes, please tell me. So I believe you guys know what's that, because, no. Metrometer, tuk, 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 tuk. You know, the question is to do like that. Pão, 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 pão. Then there is queijo. We make a sandwich. Then queijo, queijo means cheese. So, queijo. Queijo, 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 queijo. Then, what we're going to put together with the queijo? Mortadela. You know mortadela, né? Mortadela, 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 mortadela. See, if you concentrate a little bit, sorry, stop, baby. If we concentrate a little bit, we can do. But when I was there in Gestad doing that, I began to realize that I always go quicker. And one thing that when we play together is to hold on to people to don't go quicker, you know, because we have the tendency to go quicker. And then I begin to realize that we are educated to go quicker. We are dedicated to go as quicker as we can, to win to the other one, to be quicker than the other. And then in the music, pam, 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 the education in the samba is another one, is go together. Tum, 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 tum. Everybody should be together for the samba. Go good. And it reminds this culture Ubuntu from Africa that you probably have heard about. You know, perhaps Mohamundo can talk about that for us later, I don't know. But a guy wants to, said to 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, take this nest. I put a nest full of fruits in the end of the road. And if you, the one who run quicker, get the food. You know what they did? They all give their hands together, and they run together And they arrived together there to get the food, and they said, you know, if one win, there's no winning because the other ones lose. So that's a situation. So another situation that is good teaching is that music is doing. Tuk, 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 tuk. Be together, everybody together. That's what we did when we were singing together, you know. And that's why these make our life better, you know, because we are together. It's very good to be together, you know. Bom, but
Ernesto, you
have 10 minutes. 12?
Oh, what?
Huh?
No, you have to talk with Maja.
Yeah, but how many minutes?
With Maja or just alone?
No, how many minutes I have?
2.
2 minutes. I spent already.
Then you have to talk with Maja.
Yeah, okay, 2 minutes. Okay, so I have 2 minutes. I talk 2 minutes. So the situation is that I was in Gestad, you know, and I am doing a piece. So I'm already talking to Maja because this is already our subject. I'm doing a piece. So 3 minutes. So timing, you know, took it. So this piece, name it's Healing Bug. Come on. It's Healing Bug. Welcome, 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 welcome. Maja, welcome.
Did you prepare the little movie?
Huh?
Did you prepare the little movie?
The movie? No, the movie need to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was in Gestad.
Hello,
And snow was very big, and we're doing 2 works there, one in the mountain, one... Hey, brother, can you show the picture for me? I want to show some books to you, but I'm going to jump to that. But if you want, these books are very important, you know. I do that. Yeah, sure. This book, what is it? Very good book. Very good book, too. That's very good book, too. Oops, very good book, too. And another very good book, too, okay? But we don't have time to talk about the very good books. That's the healing bug in the bottom of the hill, healing bug in the top of the hill. Healing bug has a stick, and in the point of the stick, the stick has 3 meters high, and the point of it that is made by wood, there is a copper, and it's going to be gently, boom, put in the earth. And we hope that to get this energy of the earth being spread by the ribbons that are here, like these Tibetan ribbons, also like popular parties ribbons in Brazil. And we need to work on the snow. And you know, I'm not from the snow, I'm from Brazil, you know. So snow, very white, very beautiful, bright, like here, you know, incredible, you know. And then I need to walk there to make a drawing. Now, snow like here, make a drawing. Then we take the time to dance a little bit. Now, make a drawing, healing bug. This is the area of healing bug. I can pull earth, healing bug. I can pull earth, healing bug. To lay down the snow. To then the machine put the snow down. And that's it. But the thing is that I'm so impressed of these mountains. So much, it's such energy, you know, such a lucky people you are. And I'm thinking very much how much these mountains and this snow, the wisdom of this snow had been teaching you, you know, had been shaping you, sculpting you as a society, as a people, you know. And people ask very much of myself, what had your relation with the Hontincuin and the other indigenous that you met had changed in your work? Many times I received this question. And I answered this, I answered that. And you know the answer that I received from the mountains in Gestad? They teach me to pray. You know, pray is something very important. And when I'm talking about this ritualism, I'm talking about pray. And pray, in the Christianism, there is this thing, put your hands together and pray, which is very important too. But there is other ways to pray, like the indigenous way and the African ways that we have in Brazil from the Afro-Brazilian religions and everything. Pray, you can pray dancing, When we sing together, we are praying together. When we have the intention, we are praying, which is something different, something that put us more together. Don't know if more together. It's something that I like more because it has the chant and everything. So, but this is the important thing, you know. Pray is something extremely important, and so I consider
I couldn't
this a
agree
prayer.
more with you, and I'm happy that the mountains were inspirational for you, and that you re-found this way that you found maybe in the Amazon, that you can find it on top of the Alps. I think it's amazing. It's also connecting people. The valleys in Gstaad can connect with the valleys in the Engadin, for instance, and this is great that you are here today, and that we can do all this. I am always been very much inspired by your work and the title you gave to the work that we are doing now. So let me tell you, Elevation in Gstaad was called Elevation 1049, but has the ambition to also come and reach to other valleys in Switzerland. Of course, Engadin, being so cultured, would be one of the very first places, and was, before COVID, a plan we had to expand. An artist like Ernesto can really attract our attention to these possibilities to connect. The ritual is very important because it puts everybody on the same point, right, Ernesto, I think. And then we can together maybe attract the attention to what's happening in the mountains, which is one of the aims of 1049 elevation, because it's showing the climate change. And this was one of the first origins of why we made the project. So we need some other occupations in the Alps than only skiing. There is no more snow. The glaciers are melting. All this, I'm not here to remind you of this. But when it started 10 years ago, yes, this was really an important point to make. Now, an artist like Ernesto is what I feel the most important, is because he doesn't use these glitzy, expensive materials. He puts the intention, he puts the ritual, he asks people of the valley to collaborate and to come and build up this thing. And Healing Bug, the name of Healing Bug is really super important. Bug could be a virus, but it's just this. And I wanted you to speak about this, please, Ernesto. Maybe show how the installation is going on, if you have a little time, and if it's been prepared. Piche, I don't know if you prepared that, because, yeah.
Yes.
It's really key for me that you explain this ritual from start.
You touched something very strong now, because Healing Bug was made, conceived the idea, the drawing of it. I had been invited for that. It was in 2020, in the middle of the year, to do in the summer, but then COVID kept going on. We haven't done, we are doing now. So I was very much involved with this bug, COVID, coronavirus. And you know, it's terrible because a lot of people have died in my country, together with the heavy, terrible politics that we have in could have talked about other things that I would love to talk here too, because we have Lula there, and this is a good, big hope that we have now, but hope is something that we need to work. You know, we need to work every day. It's not something that hope here on your belly to make us to work. And I have Lula here, I bring Lula here because I thought it would be a good energy, you know, to have it here tonight. Lula, to all of you. And, but the bug, a lot of people die, you know, and this is really terrible. But the world stopped. And we said always that it couldn't stop. We have been at home rethinking a lot of things, digesting ourselves, digesting our humanity, you know. And something important, the bug is from our family. It's another animal from our family. Like everybody, we are made by 3 trillions of cells from our DNA. And 1 quadrillion, much more, 1 quadrillion of cells, bacteria, most bacteria, foreigners, much more by foreigners, but are us, you know. So this is our family, like the birds are our family, like the plants are our family, all family together, you know. And we need to respect this family. Let's pray to everybody. It's more safe for us to pray to everybody, in my opinion. But back to what we are doing there, in this, we are gonna make it on the 3rd of, everybody invited, in the 3rd.
Yeah, on the 30th of January. Ernesto appealed to all the inhabitants in Zahnenanzeiger, in an Anzeige, to come and help and to establish this ritual, to come and help to build the art piece, which is already very much underway, but
yeah,
you initiate. Yeah.
This week that we were there, we cleaned the area and we put all the sticks.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna come with some bags and we're gonna take the ribbon with the thing and we're gonna dancing with some drums, dancing. Yeah. We're gonna install it collaboratively and in front of everybody. It's going to be a performance, a ceremony, a ritual, you know. So this ritualistic thing is being very strong. It's the first time in my life that I'm doing this ritualistic installation.
Exactly.
And it's the first time that I did it very ritualistically, you know, the work in my studio. Normally, the work is made in the ground floor. We bring everything to the 3rd floor, where my studio, where I am. And we did that together in a way, trying to be more ritualistic. We are learning it, okay? We are all learning, I believe, in this world. I have learned a lot with Catherine speech now, with Beth's speech, which is a great speech that I saw. And you see that they are learning. Yeah? So learning is the most important thing in our life. Nobody knows everything, you know, and learn is the humbleness to be able to walk and discover the beauty of this world. Because when I was there, I began to see, you know, in the mountain. 3 months ago, I was in the desert of Qatar installing a work. Now in the mountain of the thing. And this is sprout, this is all sprout, the beauty of Engadin, the beauty of Gestad, the beauty of the Caribbean, the beauty of everything that we are, everything that he's been showing here is the expression of the belly of the earth, you know.
So this piece really starts in the valley and goes all the way to the top of the mountain, which was quite complicated to organize in the beginning. Ahead of
that's
time.
You tell.
But now it's and then the piece left from the studio with the ritual arrived. With the ritual, you put the little copper things that are taking the pulse of the earth. That is a pulse that can change or not change, and then we will with the ribbons connect the top to the bottom and a little more. It changes sometimes. Hopefully the snow will stay long enough and the piece will go all the way to the summer and to the after season and always show what is possible, the possibilities. So hope, just one sec.
You know, go ahead.
Yeah. I think hope, it's very difficult. Yesterday I was asked to respond to what is hope. I think if you work every day, you actually don't really ask yourself this question. I know you ask yourself this question for the world, of course, but then you are overwhelmed. But if you ask yourself what is hope, and you work every day, you feel that you sleep because you can not work anymore, it's too much, and then you wake up with the hope to continue the work. Something like going into this direction may be the start of a response. And the rituals. I'm believing very much in rituals. You can call it whatever you want, but this is what I found with you also, Ernesto, which we also started in other places with Luma, and I think this is very exciting, and the discovery of what is going to be. So,
shall we show the video and then...
I would love to show the video, yeah.
Let's go, Jeremy. Essa parte que a gente está fazendo aqui agora, é essa parte aqui da cabeça, ó. Então Então, primeiro a gente definiu ele a partir dos tamanhos de linha que a gente precisava.
Para todos, brilha para nós, sol, solução, não tem problema não. Beleza.
Desse tamanho não. O outro.
A gente hoje vai fazer uma cerimônia um pouquinho mais organizada, porque, sabe, a obra de arte é um rito. Quanto mais a gente trouxer essa ideia da ritualização para as coisas que a gente faz na vida, a gente acredita que é importante. Vai ter um tampo aqui nessa bacia com um buraquinho. E a gente vai botando o bico, porque vai saindo de trás para frente, né?
Pá, pim, pó, pim, pá, pum.
A gente tem dois healing bug, né, o bicho da cura. Um deles está no vale e o outro vai estar lá no alto da montanha. Que a gente, no sonho, a gente acredita que a gente vai estar cravando ele ali na terra, que a gente vai fazer um rezo também, pedir licença e tudo mais, para receber essa energia da terra e essa energia ser espalhada pelas bandeirolas que estão voando. E também criar um espaço onde as pessoas podem, sei lá, se relacionar com aquilo, estar naquele lugar, fazer uma festa, cantar, dançar, brincar. Esse trabalho aqui a gente vai montar ele lá dessa forma ritualizada. O primeiro trabalho é esse aqui, o vermelho que a gente vai montar no vale, sem público. A Lili vai estar tocando surdo e vai ter um cara tocando uma trompa dessas trompas lá da Suíça, grande.
Thank you, Ernesto. Right? Yeah, I think we have to. Thank you, Ernesto. Shall we speak again about Gstaad? I think we are handing over.
Come over.
So I think we are handing over now. Is that the plan? The video is super. Thank you. I didn't see it before.
Maya, maybe we can take questions.
Yeah.
There are questions from Maya or Ernesto. I think that would be great. Questions or comments.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Taking example from the shamanism of the Amazonian people, do you think that everything is magic?
Is everything is magic? Oh, no doubt about. You know, Einstein has a sentence that he say, there is some people who say that don't believe in miracles. I believe that everything is a miracle. That's Einstein's sentence. So miracle, magic is almost the same thing.
More questions? Yes?
Voodoo is one of the, there is a voodoo, on the Afro religions, there is also voodoo there. But I am more connection from candomblé of the Quito, you know. And in a way, this energy that you're talking about is the energy that organizes our society, at least especially in Rio de Janeiro. But I would say that most of, let's talk about Rio de Janeiro where I live. Very much, because we dance samba since the beginning, you know. And this is, we could get in another talk here. I would be very happy to go about bum bum pati kum bum pro gurundum. That is a sentence from Ismael Silva. This sentence, my generation, everybody knows about a samba from Império Serrano, if I'm not wrong, that is bum bum pati kum bum pro gurundum. O nosso samba, minha gente, é isso aí. Which says, bum bum pati kum bum pro gurundum. Our samba, my people, is like that. Something like that would be a translation of this part of the song. Bum bum pati kum bum pro gurundum is a sentence from a guy named Ismael Silva, Afro-Brazilian guy, Ismael Silva, that he talked about that to an intellectual of the samba named Sérgio Cabral. When slavery ends in Brazil, a lot of people came from Bahia and began a samba that was more like that. O chefe da polícia, pelo telefone, mandou me avisar que na Carioca chegou uma barreira para se jogar. Enfim, something that you stay singing, dancing, but in the same place. And then there is another people who came from the café production in between Rio and São Paulo, who arrived to the other side of Rio de Janeiro, very close one to the other, and they think that this is good, but they want a samba that make you move, you know, move. And then he said like that. He said, that's why we moved from tan 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 to bum bum pati kum bum pro gurundum. So bum bum pati kum bum is a sentence, in my understanding, and there's other people who agree, that is so important for us as I think then I exist from Descartes. You understand what I mean? Yeah. Even though the question is that the drumming is not something that teaches people. But once I was telling that to my professor of Agogo in a class during the pandemic, and my wife knocked the door to say that we need to have the talk with the kids because the kids were getting crazy, you know, pandemic, blah, blah, blah. And then I got out of my room, and my kid, and they were fighting to each other, screaming to each other. And I just said to them, slow down, guys, slow down. And he said, come on, Dad, you don't know what we're talking about. You come getting your voice into it. I don't know how to translate what I said, but anyway, something like that. And then a click came, an epiphany. This guy, Hans, teach me what is epiphany, because when he asked what's my first epiphany in my life, I didn't know what was epiphany.
And but you calmed them down, yeah? You all calmed them down.
I had an epiphany.
That's really grounding.
And I said to them, I know, yes. And then they come to the room. You know what's the discussion of them? He was discussing because they want to ask a pizza, and one of them didn't have the idea of the pizza. Didn't know which pizza. It's just about the pizza, you know, and they were screaming to each other. Then I begin to play a drum. They begin to come, they said to me to stop the drum, I keep the drumming. And then we understand the situation. they came down, and the guy who didn't know didn't know about the flavor of the pizza, he began to, he stopped like that. Lili, my wife, was there. My other son here, I was there. And he stopped like that, and he began to think about. But Lili couldn't wait and said, come on, Lito, you're not going to tell. And then he exploded again.
Yeah.
You understand what's the message? The bum bum paticumbum pro gurundum is the rhythm. If you don't organize our rhythm, we cannot get in the I think then I exist. That means that sentence. You need to know this side and the other side.
Ernesto,
to judge
we
the
want
best
to
side.
understand more by repeating the same thing all the time.
I am
think
repeating
we
all the
need.
time?
I'm getting pressure here because everybody needs to move forward because time is running late. So I want to thank Ernesto very much.
Thank
I
you.
want to thank E.A.T, Engadin Talk to have invited us. And then also last night, Hütte and the Schlittenfahrt. I think you had a good time.
Okay, guys,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you so much.